Last time I made this Freddy animatronic, and you guys absolutely loved it. I got so many comments asking me to build the whole crew, so a couple of weeks ago I actually ran a poll to see which character I should build next, and most of you guys voted for Bonnie. So that's who we're... Oh. His hand just broke off, wow. So yeah, we gotta fix that, but if you want to vote on the next character, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on, and you'll be notified when the next poll is up. Now, I can't lie, I kind of rushed this Freddy, as you saw with the little hand. But yeah, there's a lot of things I can improve with this Freddy, and since I learned so much with this, I feel like this Bonnie is going to be so much better. Another recommendation you guys gave me was to use this animation software called Botango, I think. So I tried to learn it, but it's quite complicated, but I'll definitely use it because it looks a lot better, and it actually has like simulations and all this cool stuff. You might remember last time I used this, which is an Arduino Nano. I used to have 3 of these, and they're all burned now. What ended up happening was I was running this through the 5-volt pin on this, and because this isn't built for such a big load, it actually like fried the board or something. So to improve, I actually bought this, and all this is going to do is just power the servos. So the microcontroller is not going to have such a big load, and it will just run a lot better and not fry it. Speaking of microcontrollers, this one is actually really small, and it barely had enough size to fit that one animation from the last video. And since I want all the animatronics to run on one of these, I actually splurged and bought this. This has much bigger storage and will be better for this video. So let's go ahead and unbox it. So here's the new board, and compared to the old one, it is way bigger. And because it's bigger, I'm actually gonna have to build a bigger base, and I'm gonna build a show stage anyways, so this doesn't really matter. And this actually uses a printer port instead of USB-C, so I guess that's cool. So with these two combined, the animatronic will be so much better. I have to convert the software from this to this too. Another thing I don't like is this Freddy has movable arms. Now I thought it was gonna be cool, but it actually is just like a nuisance. They just fall out all the time. So for Bonnie, I'm gonna have to merge all the hands together, especially because he has that guitar, so his hands won't move like Freddy. Alright, well, let's go design Bonnie. Alright, as you see here, we are inside Blender. Here's the Bonnie model right here. Here's the jaw, and as you see, it moves, but there's not a lot of room here. So here's it from another angle. You can see it clipping through the mask. So what we're trying to do is fix that. We're gonna grab this right here and pull it back a little bit. Alright, so here is the improved jaw. As you see here, it can go around the neck joint, and it just works a lot better now. I also added these 2 pins here, which will hopefully hold the mask in place. All right, we're getting ready to print, and let's go ahead and slice plate. Oh, that does not look good. Okay, yeah, that's definitely not good. All right, there we go. We can finally print this thing. And as you see up there, it's gonna be around 126 grams, and it's gonna take 6 hours. Let's go ahead and start printing. Okay, it finished printing, and this is how it came out. Anyways, let's remove the supports. Alright, so I went ahead and printed out the face mask, and if you compare it to Freddy, they're the exact same scale, which is perfect. So I also printed the endo, but it actually printed wrong. As you see here, I added these 2 studs here, which will hopefully clip onto here and hold the mask in place, which is better than Freddy having this tissue paper here. But it seems like it broke off, so I had to reprint it, and here it is, the new one. As you see, it has those 2 clips, which will lock in right in there. So if we clip it in like that, it will look like that. And also another issue happened because I printed this and it just didn't print correctly. So we had to reprint that too, and here is the new one. It's much stronger and it will hold the jaw on correctly. All right, let's go ahead and start building this thing. I'm so glad I bought all those servos because now I don't have to buy them anymore. So first we have to screw this in here. So let's go ahead and slide this in place. There we go. And then it takes these 2 screws right here. Another thing you guys wanted was the files, and I'll actually release them on my website if this video gets 1,000 likes. But now we can attach the jaw, which will slide in just like Freddy's. And with the last servo screw, it will screw in. And there we go, the jaws are now attached. So now theoretically this should clip in place and lock in perfectly. Hopefully it does. So it clips in place, but it still needs a little bit more friction. So we're gonna have to do this strategy again. And then here's my cat. All right, this should be enough. And then we're just gonna scrunch it up and then fit it inside the skull right here. All right, now let's see if it locks in place correctly. And there we go, it's locked in place. So now it's a lot more sturdy than before, and the jaw moves nice and firmly. And here you can see the little edge I made just for this to fit in. And just in case you thought there weren't going to be any more mistakes, well, there's another one. A big one, actually. So the first thing you might notice is there is no connection going from here into the body. I have no clue why that's not there. It's there in the 3D model, so that's a bit weird. But it doesn't look too bad. You honestly can't tell. Another thing that happened was somehow the printer messed up and sliced Bonnie's hands in half. I have absolutely no idea how this happened. If anyone knows why this happened, tell me, please. But this is going to be a pretty easy fix. All I have to do is get some clay or something and put it over there. I'm going to paint it anyways, just like Freddy, so you won't be able to tell. I'll also do that for these little things so they connect nicely. But other than that, it looks really good. Like, the print quality is pretty cool. All right, so now I should just be able to upload the code and it should just work. Yeah, if you see here, it's only 2%. On the Nano, it used to take up like 98%, I'm pretty sure. This will leave plenty of room for more animations. Now, for some reason, this isn't uploading correctly. I think it's because it's not recognizing it as the right one. As you see here, it's trying to recognize it as an Arduino Nano, which is not correct. Okay, I had to double check, but apparently this one's called Arduino Mega. Yeah, I think it's this one. Now, hopefully this will work correctly. Let's go ahead and upload. Okay, now let's connect it to the head. So like before, we're going to need ground, which I think will be here. And then I had to double check, but we're using pin 9. And then if I remember correctly, this one is for power. This one is for ground, and then this one should be for controlling. And then we're going to hook the power up to this, which runs 5 volts. And then since we hooked it up to this, we need to connect it to ground on this board. So we need to share the ground, which is right there. And I actually think this one connects here. All right, hopefully this will work. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Turned on. All right, there seems to be an issue. Maybe the grounds aren't connecting properly. All right, attempt 2. Let's see if this works. Still nothing. So the grounds are shared. It must be this pin 9. Okay, let's see if this works now. Oh, nothing now. So for some reason, the animation isn't playing. All right, this might be a little bit risky, but we're going to connect VIN to 5 volts of this. All right, and then let's connect VIN up to the 5 volts. Now, I actually think this takes 7 volts, so hopefully this doesn't break anything. Oh. That's so weird. It starts up and just does nothing. I think it has an issue with the software. Let's go ahead and double check that. All right, this was my fault. I found the issue. So to try to explain it, it was trying to move, but since origin is like somewhere over here, it was just hitting this. Anyways, if we apply this, that should be the origin right here. So if we tighten the jaw at this position, okay, so now this should work. Let's connect it back up. All right, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. As you see, it's actually working now. The jaw now opens and closes. Now, if you're wondering why the jaw only opens a little bit, I just have to remake the animation and it should open up all the way to this. Now we can finally attach the head to the body. The moment of truth. Let's see if this fits. Come on. Oop. All right, there we go. It's attached. And that actually looks so good. Look at that. That looks amazing. Okay, there's a little bit of an issue here. This part actually snapped. So we're likely going to have to glue this on, but that's not too big of an issue. But look at that. That's so cool. All right, let's go ahead and turn it on and see how it works. All right, there you go. He's talking. And then unlike Freddy, who doesn't have movement in his waist, hopefully I'm going to add a motor here and actually make it work this time. So he's going to be turning like this. This project's going to be super cool, so make sure you guys stay tuned. I want to make him really fast to make him look like Golden Freddy. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do for Golden Freddy. Just make it really fast. In the next video, I'm going to have to paint everything. So leave your painting recommendations below. Should I flock this one? Should I not? Because if I flock it, it won't match Freddy. So it's up to you guys. I have a lot of goals for this project, and this is only the start. I almost forgot. I have to fix Freddy's hand. This should be pretty quick. Let me just put some glue here. And just glue this on there. And there we go, Freddy's fixed again. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.